Okay, so have you ever needed to rent a suit, whether it be for a school presentation or a job interview, but you couldn't find one that was at a convenient location, offered affordable prices, and offered a wide selection of quality brands? That's exactly what SmartSuit is doing by offering quality suit rentals at Marshalls at a price better than any of the competition guaranteed. What is this doing for TJX? Well, this is increasing the male market, as I already said, but because of this is increasing the revenues as well, as they'll have more male customers. So how will it work? Well, TJX will use its already pre-existing suppliers to buy suits. Marshalls will house the suits in a rental suit location within the store. That will take about 500 square feet of the store. SmartSuit will help facilitate the rentals through the expertise of the staff. Customers will rent and return the suits. An independent contractor will clean the suits unless they're in disrepair. In that case, the suits will no longer be available for rent. And 75% of the profits will go to TJX, while 25% goes to SmartSuit.
So what makes Marshalls special is the first thing that we have wide variety of brands. The second thing is that we have affordable price, which is starting from $49.99 for 10 days for kids and $79.99 for 10 days for men. Also, we have 30-day turnover rate and 10-day return periods, and we do the same format at TJX stores. So what is our key to success? Males attend Marshall store in the first things. Parents rent suits for their children. SmartSuit become well known from word of mouth. Also, we need to have a successful marketing campaign, develop network with TJX and Marshalls, and the most important thing that form a well market continues year to come. So what is our value propositions for the company compared to other competitors? SmartSuit offers a service that is 25% less expensive in price, 10-day longer return period, and you don't need to book in advance. For the customer, SmartSuit is a brand of suit rental that is really efficient and saves money. And for the TJX, SmartSuit is a brand of suit rental which is very convenient and inviting. It's going to provide a rental service located within a discount store. And according to our surveys, more than 27% said that they're willing to spend more than $50 at Marshall, which is very suitable for the service of SmartSuit. And the most important thing is that more than 70% respondents answered that they might go to Marshall to rent a suit if they need it. So the service of SmartSuit is wide suitable for the customer need of Marshall.
So we're very curious if it was actually worthwhile to go rent through the apparel rental market. And you can see that the amount of revenue that the U.S. apparel market generates is growing year over year, and as well as the value of the market showing that there's strong potential growth in this market for years to come. And additionally, because we're curious about how large our target market will be, we found that about 20% of people between 18 and 50 years old shop at Marshalls. And as you can see, as you do the population breakdown here, from the U.S. population, the Boston population, then the males in population, we found about 10% of conservative estimate of those males in population will actually shop at TJX. It can be anywhere between 10 and 20%, but because we want to take a conservative estimate, we only estimate about 35,000 people will shop at the store, but it can be anywhere higher from that as well. The people who are actually in our target market will be professional males between 18 and 50, because that's, so we'll expand TJX's market, because typically right now TJX market is women from 25 to 50, and these people will still be middle income, and because they're going to be price conscious, because they will want to rent suits.
So in terms of our competition, SmartSuit has two main competitors, which is Men's Warehouse and also the Black Tux. Men's Warehouse offer higher prices than us. So for boys it would be $69.99, and for men it would be $99.99. And the Men's Warehouse also has the issue of the suit rentals not always arriving on time, which is very important for suit rentals. And in terms of the Black Tux, they have a few brick and mortar stores in Nordstrom, but they're mostly known for their online suit rental dominance. But since they're not as dominant in brick and mortar, SmartSuit has the opportunity to penetrate the brick and mortar suit rental sector. For the SWOT analysis of SmartSuit, some of our strengths include affordable prices, wide variety of brands, and also a quick turnover rate. For our weaknesses, we're not as high-end compared to our competition like the Black Tux and Men's Warehouse, but also our competitors have loyal customers as well. For our opportunities, the market is relatively untouched, and TJX has increased demand over the last few years, which is good for us. But for our threats, minimum wage is expected to increase, and the fact that there are rising clothing costs, which means that our expenses could increase, which might lower our profits as well. This is an overview for our financials. We're going to go by the model of 75% of revenue goes to TJX, but we're going to see a 200% increase in revenue to TJX between year 1 and year 3. In year 1, we're going to see a revenue to TJX of 91,000 around, and in year 3, it's going to go up to around 275,000. Our largest expense is the cost to acquire the suits. So the startup cost is 100,000, but will increase over time as we buy more suits and our customer base increases. SmartSuit will begin making a profit in the second year, and we'll also begin paying our loans off in the second year as well, and we'll continue year 3 and so on until we do pay off our loans. So this is a break-even model. From this graph of revenue and expenses, you can see that nearing year 2 we hit a break-even point, and at year 2 we do start making a profit. So this is a more in-depth of our revenue. We're going to assume that 5% of our target market makes up our first year sales, 10% by the second, and 15% by the third year as well. In terms of our expenses, our startup cost is going to be around $136,000, and we're going to assume that we're going to have 3 additional employees year 1, 4 additional employees year 2, and 5 additional employees year 3. For our funding and payback for our financials, we're going to take a bank loan for our startup for $68,250, and we're going to take an additional bank loan year 1 because we're going to be negative year 1 for around $67,000.
And because we're interested in many different suppliers, and we believe that it would be important to use suppliers that TJX already has partnerships with, we chose that both Ralph Lauren and PVH Corp would be good ideas because companies such as Ralph Lauren and PVH Corp are notable suit rentals, and they're inexpensive to use because, as you can see in the chart in the table right on the side, only a small percent of TJX's cost of goods sold is are these companies themselves. And as you can see, TJX has already connected with them. As you can see, that a fair amount of TJX's revenue does goes from these companies themselves. So we can expect with the partnership with SmartSuit, these total TJX revenues will increase over time.
So how SmartSuit is involved? So first of all, TJX will use its suppliers to buy suits. Then the suppliers will ship inventory to TJX distribution center. SmartSuit will then organize and sort suits orders. SmartSuit ships inventory by trucks to Marshall. Then SmartSuit removes inventory, retail tags, and puts suit into system. Customers then rent suits. Suits get returned and goes to independent dry cleaners, and suit goes back to shop. So what equipment will needs to be purchased? So we'll buy some clothes racks to hold the suits, and we'll buy as well trucks to ship inventory. And what location? We chose 126 on Brooklyn Avenue in Boston because it was proximal to Fenway Park. It's close to Northeastern University, and many students are our targeted customers. And it's within the walking distance from the Green Line.
As you can see, our marketing plan isn't that ambitious, as it's only we're only using the TJX website ads in order to promote our products through advertisements because we don't have excessively high marketing costs. In addition, in order to keep getting people into our service in the first place, SmartSuit customers will have get a 10% discount when you download the Marshall's app. This won't have a 10% discount on Marshall's store, but just the 10% on SmartSuit in order to get people involved in SmartSuit as a brand as a whole. And in order to keep returning customers, we'll use a loyalty program where after 5 rents, next is free. And as you can see, our marketing plan costs aren't that expensive in comparison to other people's projects because we're just because marketing isn't a huge priority because we're just using the same plan as TJX. But as you can see, our marketing costs do slowly increase from $40,000 to $60,000 over 3 years. And our human resources section and our corporate breakdown, I'm the CEO and is in charge of pretty much all operations and organizing all of our other team. Brian's the Chief Financial Officer, is in charge of all finances. As you can see, he controlled all the previous slides regarding this section. Lynn is in charge of the operating officer, and she is involved in all the supply chain. Barrett's in charge of the marketing plan because he's the CMO, and Luis is in charge of the sales, so he's promoting the product in order for more of them to sell. Additionally, we have a 3-year strategy plan where there'll be 3, 4, and 5 over the course of years 1 to 3, and these will be only part-time employees and will be a huge priority. But that we'll be able to add them to our expertise.
So about our organizational culture, we pay equality regardless of pay and sex based on their skill, ability, and role. Also, we encourage our employees to play a strong and long-lasting relationship with each other. Also, ensuring Smart Suit associates feel that they feel welcome, valued, engaged when they come to work.
And to conclude, again, why Smart Suit? So TJX is gaining a larger male market. With more males going to Marshalls, the overall revenues for TJX will increase as there's more customers coming to rent suits, as well as potentially customers will come in to buy other things within the store while they're at Marshalls. And Smart Suit's edge, again, is quality suits at affordable prices, better than any of the competition. Innovative market plan that's guaranteeing innovation within the company to guarantee success within the suit rental sector. And with projected profits in the second year and a 200% increase in revenue from years 1 to 3, Smart Suit shows great promise. Thank you, and are there any questions?